Raider reaction is mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. In case you're just showing up, had a busy night like I have, or, you've been in the adult beverages, what have you. It's just down the street. It's just past that house with the boarded up windows. You know the one. The one that's got my man, Joe, standing on the corner. He's a gentleman. He's a scholar. He's all about that money. He's a man of commerce. So slip him what you should. He's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street minding your own damn business, you're going to pass a deep, dark alley to your immediate left. As you pass that alley, a cool breeze hits you that chills you right to your skeletal core. You find yourself asking, is that the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call Deep Behind the Enemy Line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Wednesday, I'm joined by the Raider Reaction resident sports guru, the one, the only. You know who it is. It's Prime. Another edition of Ghost to the Post, dropping back deep in the and letting it fly league-wide. As we've got a special little show for you, as we have a remote Prime.
Yeah, Prime's on the road right now. I'm chilling up here in Minnesota.
Oh, that's unfortunate. For many reasons, it's unfortunate. Obviously, for the reason you're there, and for being in Minnesota.
Right.
Because
yeah. It's even cold here in the summer.
That's just not right. It's not cold here.
No, it's not that cold.
Lord.
But
So
yeah,
there's
I tell you what, but you know what's gonna feel real good? When football season finally starts, man. Good Lord, I am so ready for some football.
it's not terribly far off. It's not terribly far off. It's on the horizon, Prime. Training camp's the end of the month. We're weeks away from training camp. Then preseason start it's on the first, I believe, is the first game, and away we go. It's not far off.
Yeah.
Weeks. We're talking weeks.
No, we're not that far at all. I'm still counting them down, man. I'm still counting them down. I'm ready for some live, hard-hitting, fast-running, full-speed football.
Pads, not shorts and t-shirts. Pads. I want to see guys in pads hitting each other. Football.
Yeah. I want somebody to rough every quarterback in the NFL. No, I'm kidding.
Somewhat.
No.
It's not terrible. It's not far off. But we thought we'd do something
you guys
a little different tonight, since there's not a ton of news going on in the NFL world. I mean, you've got a couple juicy nuggets. Gronkowski's flirting with the idea of coming back, which
Robbie G. Did you see the clip?
no, I did not.
Okay, so Gronkowski, he's at like some kind of event where it's a bunch of like people partying and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, Rob Gronkowski comes out and he's all like, "Yeah, my main man Tom's been hitting me up, calling me on the phone, thinking he needs a reliable receiver. Call Mr. Reliable, Robbie G." And that's literally all that clip was.
That's it?
He calls himself Robbie G. And
the last I seen him, he looked
calls
fucking
himself Robbie
weak.
G.
It looked like he just he got off the roids because he wasn't gonna be playing anymore, and he looked about fucking 50 pounds less than he was.
Yeah, that's not all steak and peanut butter and spaghetti, man. That guy is a lot thinner, man. His arms look like half the size they were.
And the other kind of funny, laughable story that I saw that's worth touching on is the fact that the Texans are looking to go into the 2019 season without a general manager, an operating general manager, because they fucked up so hard going after the one guy from the Patriots that they've screwed themselves. There's really nobody out there, and they're just, fuck it. Who needs a GM? What do those other 31 teams know? So.
Well, I mean, you barely need a general manager during the season. I mean, once the season starts, once you cut it down to that 53-man roster, what do you need the general manager for? Like, just to tell the head coach that this guy ought to start because he paid him? So instead, the head coach is like, no, I like the rookie. And then, yeah, man, I've seen that stuff on TV. I know what happens in real life.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just the idea that you went after one and failed, didn't get one, and now you obviously wanted one, or you wouldn't have went and tried to hire one. And now you just don't have one because you fucked up. It's just a bad look at the start of the season, but, whatever.
It's not, I mean, but the active roster for the Houston Texans right now is pretty much set. Yeah, they went after whoever they went after, but ultimately,
it's not set, Brian.
They'll be fine with Deshaun Watson.
And camp yet? What do you mean it's set? It's not set yet. I mean,
I'm just talking about the roster coming from last year.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, the big pool of talent is there. I guess somebody else gets to weed through it, because obviously the general manager's not going to have any say of it in Houston. There'll be none of that.
Well, right. I mean, you got J.J. Watt, you got Jadeveon Clowney. They got rid of the run middle linebacker.
Cushing?
That was always
Cushing?
Huh? Yeah, Brian Cushing. That guy, he had a problem with the performance enhancing. Yeah, he's a bleeder and he likes the PEDs.
Yes, he does. Eats them like candy. Eats them with candy and likes them like candy. Both. Yeah. I think he mixed them with like popcorn.
Who doesn't like
that
candy?
M&M popcorn kind of mix. I think that's how he would eat them. I don't know if that's true. It's possible. Chased it with whiskey.
That's weird. Ooh, like a real man.
So, the position du jour with the Josh Jacobs mini holdout that wasn't really a holdout that's already over and everything else that's been going on, the position du jour seems to be running back. So Prime and I thought we would stick with the running back, and we'd have a little fun, a little interactive segment with those of you watching at home. So we're going to roll through the current running backs for each one of the 32 NFL teams, and then we're going to discuss who we believe is the best running back in the history of said team that we happen to be on at the time,
Right.
of all 32, which is obviously could be up for argument. I mean, some probably aren't. I mean, Chicago Bears, I think we can probably agree it's Walter Payton. It's probably not a big argument, but we'll get there. So,
Nah, it's Terrell Buckley.
it could be.
No, it can't. There's some teams where it's an obvious
Michael
given.
Bush.
I mean, you got your legend of the game at running back. I mean, if you talk about Cleveland Brown, has there been a running back since Jim Brown that has been the man like that in Cleveland? No.
Kevin Mack.
I mean, who?
I don't know. Wasn't he their running back on Tech Mobile?
Oh, yeah. Nah, Tecmo Bowl, you had to play the Raiders because they had Marcus Allen.
And Bo. Did Bo.
And
Bo
Bo
was the
Jackson.
shit.
Oh, Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl.
Bo
Dude,
was the shit.
like Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl
Nobody used Marcus.
could waste
Everybody used
everybody
Bo.
playing Call of Duty.
Nobody used Marcus. Everybody used Bo.
Yeah, it's true. I threw in a little Marcus. I did.
For some reason, are the comments working on your side, Prime? I have an odd inkling we're having some comment issues because I haven't seen them scroll in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been. I've
Somebody
seen
say
a couple of people are
Say
watching.
something.
Hi, Leanna.
I got a feeling we're having some comment issues. So here, let me pull it up. Another forum here. So see if I can see some comments. Yeah. Or they're just not working, period.
I don't know. Did you see my
Yo,
yo?
I see your yo, but that's it. I see nothing else. All right, so throw some comments up in there. If you can. We got a yo, and we got nothing else. So, all right. Well, I'll
Weird.
watch on here and see if we can get any action through the desktop. So, moving on, we're going to start in the AFC. We're going to jump from conference to conference, but we'll start in the East. And we're going to start in the AFC East as you've got coming in. It looks like, I guess, Shady McCoy's your best.
Hold on. I started getting comments and I got distracted.
Oh, there we go. They're all popping in. So,
Yeah,
I knew there
they
was
say we
something
froze
up
for a
there. I
minute.
knew something had to be up. And is it something about the purple trade?
I know, man. Like, I'm at the hotel. I got to get some ice.
You're at a hotel. They've got a fucking machine specifically placed in the
I
hallway
know, but I'm
just
doing
for
a show
that.
right now. I can't
They
go
give you
get
a bucket?
ice.
With a fucking bag to put the ice in.
I got the bucket. I've got the bucket. I've got the bucket and the bag.
Dude, you can just
All I have to do is go get
what you
the
can
ice.
do, Prime, is just make you like a fucking pitcher of purple drink, just right in the fucking bucket with the ice, and not even just like a big cup with some straws, and just
Yeah.
get it done.
There we go. You just need one. You just need one all
That's
night
right.
long. You just need one.
Sure, it's like a big party Slurpee. All right, so Buffalo Bills. Basically, the best guy they've got. Man, they've got a fucking like 9. What do they got? 7 guys on roster right now.
They have 7 guys at the running back position right now.
LaShawn McCoy, Devin Singletary, Cinerized Perry, Christian Wade, who's the rugby guy that I went and watched at the International Pro Day, who's like some rugby fucking phenom.
Oh, yeah.
He's there. They got Frank Gore, TJ Yeldon, and Marcus Murphy. So they're just like collecting like old ass running. They're like they got old running backs. Fucking, we're gonna try a rugby. We're gonna try whatever we got. So who would you call the best?
Well, TJ Yeldon's not that
no,
old.
he's not. But
TJ Yeldon's not that old. He put up some decent numbers in Jacksonville.
I guess. So you got Gore, Shady McCoy, TJ Yeldon. There's Christian Wade, who's Christian Wade, man. I tell you what, I watched that guy. at the pro day, and he's fucking impressive. And he was like third all time in their league in scoring. I mean, so he's not a joke. It was like a big deal that he was coming to the NFL, I guess, across the pond. I'd never actually heard of him, but, you know, I heard of a lot of fucking British rugby.
Hold on. He led their league in scoring. You talk about a rugby league?
He was their third in career in scoring in the league. Like, he'd been playing for a while, and he's like he's a stud. He's got so many fucking awards, it's ridiculous. And so we'll see, but I guess Shady McCoy would have to be the best out of that.
No, well, ever though?
No, not ever.
Thurman Thomas. I remember that guy.
Thurman Thomas. Is that even arguable? I mean,
yeah.
Okay, that one's an easy one.
Yeah.
That one's an easy
one. Yeah, I mean, Thurman Thomas, I mean, it's obviously the best running back they have now.
Yeah.
But Thurman Thomas, I mean, that guy, he was part of that team that went to 4 AFC championships. I know! And we're having some connection issues because I'm moving in slow motion.
Oh, you're fine on my end.
No, maybe it's just me then.
It's just you. You just look slow. You've been fine. So, the Dolphins. Let's move on to the Dolphins. Staying in the AFC, so we'll hit another team while we're there. You got, I guess Kenyon Drake is probably the top of their mountain coming in at the running back position, coming into 2019. And, man, you're talking Dolphins' greatest running back ever. Who the hell is that?
Dude, they've only had one running back that's worth mentioning.
Larry Zonka?
You got it.
I mean, I guess. He was on American Gladiators. Is that enough to get him in?
Dude, like Larry Zonka holds every record the Miami Dolphins have. I mean, for team records, when it comes to rushing. There's not anyone. I am not slow. I ran a 4.40 in high school.
Yeah. When did they start that watch? Like, when you said the 20?
No, I know. But no, Larry Zonka's the only running back worth mentioning. Ask Dan Marino. Dan Marino, tired. I live tired.
And faded. Both.
Ask Dan Marino.
Ask Dan Marino what? That they never
I'll just leave everybody. Everybody can guess.
They never had a running game in Miami.
What?
They never had a one. Who's the best running back Dan Marino played with? I mean, there's a question for you. Well, fuck, Sammy Wilder? I mean, who's the best guy he ever fucking had?
Man, I can't even think of a running back that played with Dan Marino because it was like Dan Marino and Mark Duper.
Mark Clayton, the Marx brothers. That's all.
Mark Clayton. Well, they had the Super Duper brothers or whatever at wide receiver.
Yeah, the Marx brothers. The freaking whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah, the Marx brothers.
Whatever the fuck they were.
Oh.
All right.
Now, Jay Stoker, man, he's got an idea. Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams was good.
Speaking of faded.
He was better at rolling his
Speaking of
than
faded.
he was at running the ball, though. And
no, he wasn't. He was kind of a stud. I mean, in college, where did he go? Texas,
college,
I think?
He won the Heisman, man. The dude was legit. I mean, the Saints traded their entire draft class for him. You know.
Oh, I know, man. Mike Ditka put on a wedding dress for him.
Yes. Fucking Gannett in the studio. He's dead. Fucking now.
Oh, I was like, wow.
He's dead Gannett.
Who's faded now?
Shit. Fuck around me. All right, let's jump over to the NFC East and let's knock out a couple teams there. Prime. Let's start with the so-called America's team, or if they like to call themselves that, which I beg to differ. I guess Ezekiel Elliott would be the top of their running back heap currently. And is there really an argument who's their best ever? I mean, the guy's got the most yards in the fucking history of the NFL. That's Emmitt Smith. So,
but he took that record as an Arizona Cardinal.
Yeah. No, he broke the record as a Cowboy, and then went to the Cardinals after said record was broken, and continued.
Oh, right on.
I actually heard they were talking about. Was that on Sirius? I heard that the other day or something. I heard that recently. That there was Emmitt Smith and how
he went back and he decided to retire when he had to play as a Cardinal in Dallas, in Texas Stadium, and he cried and wept, and it fucking broke his heart, and then he retired shortly after. So it's just some fucking.
I love it when football players cry because they're like the biggest giant men, and they're all like alpha males. And then when the tears come down, it makes me feel like I can take them. But no, I mean, Emmitt Smith is obviously probably the greatest Dallas quarterback. I mean, running back. Man, I admit, I am a fan of the league. My favorite player is Roger Goodell, but I don't like the Cowboys.
Every time you say that, it makes me fucking laugh. Like, nobody's favorite anything is Roger Goodell. Nobody's. Fuck.
Dude, he's got one of the best nicknames in football. He's Roger the Hammer Goodell. Dude.
All right. So let's stay in the NFC East.
All right.
We've got the New York Giants. Obviously,
the New York
top running back that they've gotten stable right now is Saquon Barkley. I don't think that's an argument. I mean, obviously they went high to get him last year. But you're looking at overall of the greatest Giant running back ever. Who do you go with, Prime? Fucking Dave Meggett? Fucking
Dave Meggett. Tiki Barber?
Tiki Barber, I guess. I mean, he's got the most yardage as a Giant, right?
Yeah, I think. Or O.J. Anderson, I think his name was.
O.J. Anderson, though. There's a fucking name. But Tiki Barber, he ran for more than 10,000 yards with the Giants.
Holy smokes, did he really?
So, I mean, it's pretty legit.
I know he was a stud in fantasy, like in the early aughts.
Yeah. He did get him to a Super Bowl. So I guess you gotta say Tiki Barber when you're talking about the Giants, I suppose.
What's his brother's name? What's his twin brother's name? Rondé Barber. Yeah. They really do look alike.
Well, they're twins. That's usually how it works.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean identical.
Well, no, but
Phil Simms has more than Tiki. What, rushing touchdowns?
More rushing yards than Tiki. Running around in the backfield. Phil got it done back in the day, man.
They don't count them side to side.
Phil got it done back in the day. Much to my chagrin, he did. Sticking into here's an interesting one. Let's fucking jump. Let's kill off the AFC East, Prime, and the greatest Patriot running back ever should be interesting. But you're looking at even the best Patriot running back on their roster. You got James Devlin, Damian Harris, James White, Nick Brissett, Brandon Bolden, Rex Burkhead, and Sony Michel. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that, really.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, their best running back.
They never have a good running back. I'd say James White, man.
James White? Yeah.
I mean, I honestly I'd say James fucking White. I mean,
what about Corey Dillon?
Corey Dillon? I wouldn't say that for the Patriots.
Did you say he's the Bengals?
I'd say he's the Bengals' best running back ever.
Well, I don't even know if he's the best Bengal running back.
Who else would there be?
Ickey Woods?
Fucking Robert Brooks?
I don't know. Who did Ickey Woods play for?
Bengals.
He did the Ickey Shuffle.
He had one
Bengals,
season,
yeah.
Prime. You only remember Ickey Woods because he had a fucking dance named after him. Come on now. You wouldn't remember him for any other fucking reason. He had one good year.
Shit, dog, I remember the dance.
They didn't have a good running back. When you look historically, it was Sam Cunningham, and he's like a fucking running back in the 70s. So fuck them, pass. We don't even care. Nobody wants to talk about the Patriots anyway. So let's kill off the AFC East, and it's the Jets. Obviously,
you talk about the Jets?
The Jets, the best they have is Le'Veon Bell. Obviously, they just went out and got him. See what he does this year after all that.
We have to see what he does in the green, man.
We'll see what he does. But when you're looking at the Jets, running back best they ever had all time, it's got to be
Curtis Martin.
Curtis Martin. Or
Curtis, my favorite Martin.
Or, throw this out there, Prime. John Riggins. John Riggins wasn't
No.
back in the freaking Broadway Joe days.
But he won. No, he didn't win a Super Bowl with Broadway Joe, did he?
Was he on that Jets?
I thought Riggins only won his Super Bowls with the Redskins.
Hold on.
The Washington racial slurs.
Ooh. Did John Riggins win a Super Bowl with the
Joe Namath.
Jets? I believe he did.
No way.
Hold on. We got a fact check here, Prime, because this can change things here. Curtis Martin, despite all of his yards, was never involved in taking them to a Super Bowl. And if he was involved in the guarantee win, we could, I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, man. I hope not. But I don't even care. To this day, Curtis Martin.
That was before.
John Riggins.
No, he wasn't in that. So.
Ha!
No.
Yeah, I'd take Curtis Martin over John Riggins any day.
He was an early Jet, but not that particular season. So, all right, I guess I'd have to give you. It's got to be Curtis Martin then, because if it ain't John Riggins, it's fucking Curtis Martin. That's for damn sure.
How many games did you see Billy White Shoes Johnson play?
Billy White Shoes Johnson. Need some ice for that purple drink. All right, let's jump back.
You should do a Raider interlude, and I'm gonna go get some ice.
We will knock out. Let's knock out the rest of the NFC East, which is the Eagles. Ooh, the Eagles, man. I don't even know who's the best running back they got in the stable. Jordan Howard,
right now?
I guess. Jordan Howard.
I didn't even know Jordan Howard was over there.
Yeah, Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood.
Clement had some play last year. Who?
Exactly.
Donnell's not even going to be on the team next month.
Probably not. He'll be selling insurance, most likely.
Yeah, or cars.
That's how that's going to go out. But now, the Eagles, man, when you're thinking even historically of their greatest running backs.
Brian Westbrook?
Steve Van Buren? Wilbur Montgomery? Like, their best running backs were
Brian
like
Westbrook.
way back. I mean, they haven't had it.
I got to go with Westbrook, dude.
You got to dig like in archaeology to, go to like a site and like dig up fossils to find a good, decent Eagles running back. Can you even name the last good one?
What you talking about?
Sproles. He's not the greatest ever.
Brian Westbrook. Can you not hear me saying Brian Westbrook?
I said, I guess, is he the greatest ever though? Brian Westbrook?
Dude, he was fantasy gold for quite a second.
For a minute,
too.
For a minute, yes. He was good. Because he was that dual threat. Ricky Waters. But Ricky wasn't he more famous as a Niner, really, than he was an Eagle?
Yeah.
I mean, Leslie.
Shady. Shady McCoy. That's a good call, Chris Lentz.
I got to agree with Jay. I think it's Steve Van Buren.
Nah, I got to go with Chris Lentz and call it LaShawn McCoy.
But, man, if you're going all the way back there, that's 48 and 49. Dude, where he led them to back-to-back league titles. I mean, that's digging for fossils. If you got to go back that far to find the greatest running back in their history, that means they've had some really shitty running backs.
The Commish and I could hop in a time machine and go back to the 40s and make and play on any team that was there in the NFL back then. Okay?
All the guys
Don't
were like
give me
5'6", and
Yeah,
y'all see them in
yeah.
the black and white
I'm a
movies? All of
solid
them walk like
5'10".
that.
Like
That's how they had to run too.
that's what bothers me about baseball. Baseball, they're like, oh, Babe Ruth was the greatest. Babe Ruth couldn't have been the greatest. Just man, Babe Ruth he's an old timey when they had freaking mailmen pitching to him. Like,
Well, it's a different time, Prime. It's a different time.
exactly. That's my point. And in the 1940s, the NFL was a little bit
Red
different.
Grange.
So,
Elder's like, what about Jim Thorpe? Don't forget Jim Thorpe.
we have a Jim Thorpe sighting.
Oh, shit. When's the last time you had Jim Thorpe brought up in a football conversation? That's been a fucking...
Ah, Nancy, you can play on my team.
Speaking of the Washington racial slurs, who's the best running back they got? They've also got 7 running backs on roster right now. Bryce Love, Chris Thompson, Adrian Peterson, Byron Marshall, Craig Reynolds, Samaje Perrine, and Darius Geis. So you got Geis and Peterson would probably be, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you talking Adrian Peterson now?
What up, Hot Neil? Why you gotta call me by my real name? Anyway. Oh yeah, because it literally says Matt Herron right there. Anyway. Man, yeah, it's gotta be Adrian Peterson and Chris Deuce Staley was a better Saint. Yeah, I mean, John Riggins has got to be their best ever.
I'd say it's Riggins.
Or Clinton Portis.
Riggins, best now.
Clinton Portis.
I'd have to say Geis. I don't think it's Adrian Peterson.
That's what government name.
Government name.
What? Nah, man. Adrian Peterson right now? No, it's that Chris. What's his face?
He's just hanging on. He's a hanger on, man. He's a hanger on right now. He's just hanging on.
He's still pretty good. He had like a couple 100-yard games last season.
But he's just hanging on, trying to pick up yardage, and put himself on the fucking all-time list.
We go league wide on Wednesdays, Bill.
Yep. Bill, we've been talking about that for 2 days. There's nothing to talk about. He signed the piece of paper. It's over now. All the talking was before he signed it. Ain't nothing to talk about now. It's all over. He signed it. We talked about it. But it is damn good news because that means all the rookies are signed and that bullshit's behind us and we can talk about good things now and get ready for training camp. Everybody's inked. But since you wanted to mention Josh Jacobs, let's jump to the AFC West, Prime. Why don't we start there?
All right, let's do it.
Let's start with the AFC West, and since it's familiar territory for us all here, let's start there, and let's start with our opponent in Week 1, the Donkeys. This is the greatest donkey of all time. We'll get to that in a second, but the best. Hell,
running back?
who's even the best they got right now? Philip Lindsay, Royce Freeman,
Philip Lindsay.
Devontae Booker.
Philip Lindsay.
Lindsay?
Booker's all right. Lindsay.
You think?
Yeah, easy. He had a pretty good second half of the season last year. They tried Booker. They tried. You want to talk about the Lakers? We could talk about the Lakers. Anyway, man, or the Clippers. Anyway, no. Yeah, I think Philip Lindsay is the best running back in Denver right now, but that's right, Chris. Terrell Davis. That guy. He's got to be the best ever.
He was their best
I mean,
ever,
his initial.
Even though he got cut short by injuries, obviously he was their best ever because they never ever really had another running back besides him. They never had one before him. They really haven't had one after him, and they're probably never going to have one again. So they can fucking.
They had Mike Anderson after him, and he wasn't. He had a good season.
They've had quite a few that have had a good season or two, but they've never had any that have ever really stuck around.
Yeah.
And same thing kind of for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have always went and scooped up somebody else's freaking recyclables
leftover.
And they've never really,
Yeah.
grown their own running back and had that great running back. So, I mean, Jesus. Right now, since they just got rid of Kareem Hunt, obviously, because, he's kicking chicks, you got Damian Williams, Carlos Hyde, Darrell Williams, Darwin Thompson.
They got Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, the Carlos Hyde. That guy.
Yeah.
So that's
Spencer Ware, I think, is their best running back right now.
I like I like the looks of that.
Oh man, people are talking a lot about Kansas City and how they might be so. Man, I'm kind of predicting a collapse. When we talk about our season preview, man, and we go through all 32 teams, I'm pretty sure I'll be singing a different song about Kansas City.
I'm not a believer in Kansas City this year, man. You just don't lose talent like they lost and just reboot that. They got a good quarterback, that's great, but it takes more than that. If you can't look at the fucking Raiders and see that, we got a good quarterback too, but without all the pieces around him, I mean, didn't done shit since 2016. So one good season does not make a quarterback. No.
Or a running back.
No. So
Homeless.
who's the best Kansas City running back ever?
Priest Holmes. Priest Holmes. And I think I just named guys that I've had on my fantasy teams in the past.
Well, I guess it probably would be Priest Holmes. He is their all-time leading
Dude,
rusher.
he was gold.
He's their all-time leading rusher, so I guess.
Is he really?
I mean, it ain't Jamal Charles busted up ass. Larry Johnson had a flash. He didn't make it very long, though, either.
Yeah.
Neither did Barry Word, Okoye, any of them.
Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare. He wins just for the nickname, if you ask me.
He had cool pads, I guess. But yeah, he was a one and done. He had one good season, and that was about it for him. So I guess you'd say Priest Holmes, I guess.
Yeah. Or Marcus Allen.
I don't think you can make the argument for Marcus as a Chief. I think you can make that argument for him as a Raider, as the argument for greatest Raider running back of all time. But I don't think he was there long enough as a Chief.
Yeah, but he was there.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it.
That was sickening. Sickening.
Yeah.
Sickening. It was like seeing Tim Brown as a Buccaneer, man. Sickening.
Woo. Not as sickening as watching Randy Moss as a Raider.
That was sickening, too. That was sickening.
That was sickening for a different reason.
That was a whole different level of sickening. What's up, Nancy? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us on a Wednesday.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amiga?
We appreciate you all joining us. And check out our website. We've added a bunch of new Raider Reaction swag merchandise up on RaiderReaction.com, so check it out. We've revamped all the fan packs, giving you guys a better deal, more bang for your buck, so make sure you check it out. And make sure you come join our official group of Raider Reaction. Come to the dark side, Raider Reaction Empire. Click on our group tab and join the group. Join it today. We're almost at 4,000 people, and we're going to have a little giveaway in the group when we hit 4,000 members. We're almost there. Super freaking close. Like, I don't know how many people, but goddamn close. 3,900 and something. Something. Close. Thank you, Nancy. We do our best. It's obviously it's 3,910 members currently. So we're 90 members away from hitting 4,000. When we hit 4,000 in the group, we will have a little drawing. So we'll give away in the group. Did you disappear?
Huh? Well, I had to get a cup.
What you got there? What you got there?
I need ice.
Need ice. Damn. Get some room service up some ice. Get the red Solo cup.
I know, right? Red Solo cup.
Easy now. So.
My bad. My bad.
Sticking
I live in the Midwest. What's up?
the AFC West. The San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, whatever the fuck, they're still the chokers to me. Whatever the fuck they are. Melvin Gordon's obviously the best running back they've gotten stable right now.
Easy.
And I think best running back they ever had is also pretty easy too. It's LaDainian Tomlinson. I hate him.
LT. You hate him?
Every ounce of my being, I hate him.
Every Raider fan that is associated with the Raider reaction should hate LaDainian Tomlinson. That guy had some of his best games against Oakland.
I fucking hated him. I hate he's on NFL Network. I don't like listening to him. I hate LaDainian Tomlinson all around. Just go away.
And you know what? He was also fantasy gold. LT didn't disappoint, man, if he was on your fantasy squad.
It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
Yay!
The LA choker.
Speaking of baseball, did you see the home run derby?
I saw the highlights of the home run derby. I didn't watch it because I was on here while it was going on that evening. I was catching the highlights and the comments as it was happening, but I did catch it after the fact. Supposedly the greatest home run derby ever.
Yeah, man. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Remember? Anyway, hit 91 home runs that night. 91 home runs.
It was crazy, man. And you know the home run derby is the best thing of the All-Star game, and it's one of the reasons why the baseball All-Star game is one of I think the best All-Star weekends or All-Star breaks of professional sports. The hockey one's pretty badass since they've revamped it a little bit. Basketball's.
Nah, I'm an NBA fan, man. The NBA All-Star Weekend is awesome.
It's pretty good too. It's pretty good too. Football's is
the Pro Bowl's a joke,
miss, man.
Half the guys that go to the Pro Bowl don't play in the Pro Bowl.
But I tell you what, if you have never been to the Pro Bowl, all of the shit leading up to the Pro Bowl is badass. The fucking game sucks. Could care less. The Pro Bowl was here within an hour of me the last two or three seasons. I went the last 2 years. It was a fucking blast. It was awesome. Both times. We never went to the game either time. But we went to all the shit leading up to. So the Pro Bowl, that's cool. And I think the Vegas Pro Bowl, when they have it there, will be fucking awesome. Because you know they're going to have it there for too long.
Oh, yeah. As soon as that stadium gets built, there's a few things that'll be there. The Pro Bowl, they'll probably have a Super Bowl there, and oh yeah, us.
Yes, the draft is already there next year, so that's they're putting it, they're rolling it out, man. They're putting it on display. There's no way we're gonna make it through all 32 teams before the end of the show, so we'll get through as many as we can.
All right, crap.
It's like but that's all right. It doesn't really matter. Let's talk about the Raiders. It's the last team of the AFC West. We'll hit on them before we jump over to the NFC West. And that Josh Jacobs, I believe, is by far the front runner as the best Raider running back on the roster right now. It's a rookie, but I don't think anybody else has challenged him at number one.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had Skittles retire and whatnot, so yeah, the rookies looks like he's gonna be it, man. And he better be first round draft pick in 2019. What?
Yeah. You're looking at greatest running back ever in the silver and black. I don't know how you can go anyone other than Marcus Allen. I mean, sure, we all loved Bo. But Bo wasn't long enough. There was
Bo was short.
Mark Van Egan from back in the day. I mean, there's been great Raider running backs, but we've never really had that great running back. I'd say Mark.
Oh my gosh!
Really, the first great Raider running back.
Who was that? Who was the Raider running back that was running beside Rich Gannon?
Charlie Garner.
Charlie Garner. Yeah. I tell you what, he may not be the best Raider running back of all time, but he's my favorite Raider running
I
back of
love
all
Charlie
time.
Garner, man. That dude was a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, man.
And man.
Yep. He's my kind of back.
Yeah, he actually lives in the area down here somewhere. I know somebody lives in his neighborhood. I forget who it is. He lives down here, around here somewhere. But,
Run into him at the grocery store.
But yes, Charlie Garner, man. God, I love Charlie Garner. He was fucking awesome. Man, he touched the ball. You didn't know what the hell was going to happen. And Bo, man, if Bo could have stayed healthy, god damn, who knows?
Yeah, if Bo didn't break his hip.
But, man, even the skeletal system is human. Zach Crockett.
Right.
Now you just talk crazy, Bill. Come on now. I love Zach Crockett, though. Zach Crockett was awesome.
But Bo don't know Jack. Why? Because Bo can't rap. Sorry.
Bo knows this. Bo knows that. Napoleon Kaufman. Career cut short because he went into the ministry. Man, that guy could have. He was.
Is that what happened to him?
Yes. He retired to take up the faith and become a minister, a pastor, or something.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Hey, that's what.
Yeah. So Marcus Allen is the greatest. Charlie Garner is your favorite. And Bo Jackson is an honorable mention. That's how I feel right there.
I don't know if Charlie Garner is my favorite. I don't even. I'd say Mark.
He's my favorite.
And probably the best Raider ever. Mark Van Egan would probably get honorable mention, not Bo. In my book. But Bo wasn't there long enough. And when he was there, he was only there part-time. He would show up after the baseball season ended. So he wasn't even there full-time when he was there. So, it was just... Bo was weird, man. I remember the whole Bo thing because I lived and breathed it. He was like one of my favorites at the time. He had the Bo commercials. He had Bo fucking everything. Bo shoes. Shit.
Bo knows everything. And he was the man on Tecmo Bowl.
He was the man on Tecmo Bowl.
The Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl character could just ruin everybody on Fortnite.
It's probably true. Him or Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor's player on fucking
oh my gosh.
So motherfucking fast.
No one could block
extra
him.
Points, man. And it was just stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid fast. He was as fast as anybody on there.
Lawrence Taylor is arguably one of the best football players of all time.
Well, yes. He revolutionized the linebacker position. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
I found a weird glitch once in Tecmo Bowl that I forget, somehow my kicker ended up with the ball. And my kicker had a 99 speed somehow on one of the teams. And the motherfucker just took off. It was the funniest thing ever. Because they never expected a kicker to get the ball. I forget how it happened. It was the strangest scenario. Because the kicker never gets the ball. But somehow...
I think your Nintendo was broken.
No, I want to say it was a field goal try. Like, I tried a field goal from, like, some crazy long distance. I shouldn't have never tried it. And something had happened, and the kicker ended up keeping the ball. Somehow. But, yeah, it was crazy. Tecmo Bowl was by far the greatest sports game ever.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl was pretty sweet.
The greatest sports game ever, in my opinion. By far. I don't know how we got on topic. But
No. It wasn't even. I mean, the Madden franchise is ridiculous, man. Come on now.
But the Madden franchise is ridiculous. But it was not as iconic a game to me as Super Tecmo Bowl. Super Tecmo Bowl Prime.
What?
Super Tecmo Bowl was the first game that gave you the ability to play an entire season against your friends, with you all having the same teams. It had injuries, so guys left for extended periods of time. You had to have to play with backup quarterbacks. You had to actually... It was the first game that gave you real life fucking being an owner and going through a season as that you could. Madden, of course, expounded on all of that and took that to a whole nother level, but that's that's like saying somebody's better than the fucking Beatles. The Beatles did it first, and every other rock band after that is secondary. So it's along the lines of that to me. Like Tecmo Bowl was the first. They broke the barrier. Madden perfected it, but Tecmo Bowl was
Exactly. It's like the Model T was a sweet ride at one point in time,
it's not a
but man, Ferraris are cool.
now. Come on now. You can still pick up
Yeah.
Super Tecmo Bowl and play that son of a bitch, and it's still competitive.
Dude, but playing Houston was so much fun because you had Warren Moon.
Oh,
And,
dude, I'm not gonna lie. The team that I used almost was the Oilers. I used the Oilers a lot because of the run and shoot.
Yeah, the run and shoot offense. Absolutely. And the fact that they were the Oilers is the reason why deep down inside, I don't like the Texans.
They're retreads.
Like, yeah,
The Texans,
that's
and
a
Titans,
joke, man.
They're like the bastard kids of the Oilers. It's like they got a divorce, and like here, you take the Titans and you take the Texans, and I'm keeping the summer house, and we're going our separate way. That they're like the bastard kids of the Oilers.
I mean, at least Cleveland, when they took football out of Cleveland, I don't care who you're a fan of, Cleveland should have football. And to take Cleveland or take football away from Cleveland is wrong. And when they brought it back, they didn't come back as like the Cleveland Birds or something like that. No, they came back as the Cleveland Browns. They did it actually right. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans just got dumber. I mean, at least there are like oil wells somewhere in Texas. That made sense. But everybody in America knows that if you're in Houston, you're a damn Texan.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it's stupid. It was stupid. But yes, the Oilers had that one pass route where two guys went out and they crossed at the top and the bottom of the screen. You had Hayward Jeffries, Drew Hill, Ernest Givens, and Curtis Duncan. And Lorenzo White would go out of the backfield you'd have five guys you could rotate through. And Drew Hill would catch that motherfucker 99% of the times you throw it deep. Him or Hayward Jeffries. Every fucking time. You'd see the guys where they do the through the screen, and all of a sudden you come with the ball. Every fucking time. Never failed. But, yes.
I think everyone's going to know my secret.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
The purple drink is not really that purple.
You have no idea how much Pepsi paid us for this product plug.
Or Captain Morgan.
It's called product placement. Well,
No, I never got ice, Nancy. I went no ice. I got some Fireball in here, too. Man,
Fireball.
I might tie one on in this hotel room.
He's like, I ain't got no ice. Fuck it. You only got 4 minutes left, 6 minutes, something like that. Prime, come on. You can hold out.
All right, I'll hold out for some ice.
Hold out for some ice. So we made it through some of the running backs tonight. Some of the running backs. And but next week, Prime, I've got a great one. And let's go ahead. We'll tease it. Next week. And we're going to get through all 32 next week. Because I'll pace us. Because we have to finish it. Because next week, we are going to rank the top 32 from worst to first NFL fan bases.
Ooh, NFL fan bases.
Yes.
From 32, worst to
I've
first.
got the sheet ready. All the 32 teams. We're going to cross them off. We're going to rank them. And then we're going to post it up. Our
All right.
32.
But how would you define, like, what the best fan base is?
Well, that's the goddamn show, Prime.
All right. So tune in next week where we find out.
You tell me how you define the best
fan base in
worst
football.
fan base. I probably got a different definition for some of these than you do.
It's possible. It's possible.
Would you say Philadelphia is a good fan base or a shitty fan base because, they're mostly a bunch of fucking degenerates? Or would you call that
They're
good?
passionate.
I wouldn't call that.
They're passionate. They're passionate.
Would you call that passion? Would you call being, committing felonies passionate? I guess.
Sometimes, yeah, man. Have you ever heard of the heat of the moment?
I suppose. There's a lot of heat in the moment when you're talking about arson. So
They threw snowballs at Santa.
when they win, Philly burns. When they lose, Philly burns. Philly just burns when they play, period. They just light shit on fire.
Don't talk to me about fire. I just celebrated the 4th of July. Nearly blew up me and all my friends. Whatever.
In Buffalo, they slam their women through tables. And so this is what we're going to talk about next week. So make sure you guys join us because we're going to have some fun talking about the 32 fan bases and ranking them in order of. And you know what? If we go into overtime, we're not finishing next week until we have them ranked. And then we're going to post it. And then you can all talk about it and agree or disagree with us. And I know we're going to argue on a few of these. So.
Yeah. Next week I'll have ice. And I should be back in my little Prime studio.
There we go.
I know it's Prime Studio because it says so on the wall.
That's right. And there's the sound, and we're out. Prime, we'll be back next week.
Yep.
Later, Prime.
Jim Bob Cooter.
This is one of the greatest names in sports. Jim Bob Cooter. But thank you for joining us on another edition of Raider Reaction. We're still in our training camp form. We're working our way up to the season like the rest of the NFL world. Tomorrow night, we've got a very special show. I'm going to post all of the info about it tomorrow as I'm still confirming things. But by tomorrow morning, I should have it ironed out. So make sure you tune in. I believe we're going to have a very special Throwback Thursday tomorrow night. And then, of course, I got to follow up last Black Friday with a fucking banger this Black Friday. Last Black Friday, the numbers were off the charts. It hit almost, what was it, like 7,000 live views. By Friday morning, it was already at 10,000 views. And there was a ton of live people watching it. It was an awesome game, the old Monday night game against the Steelers and the Raiders. And I've got to come up with a fucking follow-up to that. So I'm planning on having another banger for you on Friday night for Black Friday. So I will see you the next 2 nights. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you for joining us for Raider Reaction. Stop the website. Buy yourself some gear. Because you look really good rocking some Raider Reaction swag. Buy some stuff. Take a picture. Send it to the page so we can get you up on the website with all of the other page followers and viewers of the show. Thank you for joining us as always. I appreciate it. You guys are the shit. Because there is one and only nation. Thank you again. I am out. I will see you tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Peace, love, Raider Nation.